Hello! Hi. So, as you can see from the title of the video, this is just going to be my personal rant slash review on One Piece chapter 1024 and 1025. Now here's the thing though, I've actually said previously and made a vow that I would actually start following the current chapters of One Piece, like the current storyline for One Piece, ever since Wano actually has popped up. I have had a lot of bad feelings about how the story will go and how Oda will write Big Mom, Kaido, his entire crew, her crew, and alongside Luffy and the allies that he has. And the thing is, I haven't been wrong about how the story will progress, and I haven't been, wrong about my bad feeling about the whole thing, because right here, right now, both Kaido and Big Mom have been turned into, pretty much jokes. The scariness, the foreboding that they once brought has now completely been annihilated, and they've been turned into, jokes. Simply because, I should have actually, put more stock into my bad feelings, because ever since, the first chapter of One Piece, all the way up until now, chapter 1025, Oda has always tend to have I wouldn't say bad per se, but definitely a habit of introducing menacing villains with, really just amazing powers or some really high standing, powers that rightly Luffy wouldn't have been able to defeat or really do anything against. Take those kind of characters and then, using the power of plot protection, turn them into, nerf versions of themselves, and then give Luffy all sorts of boosts to make him into an OP, unbeatable hero, and then have him crush them. And right now, with the whole Onigashima battle, nothing has changed. Luffy, Deus Ex Machina, powers that he never had, okay, and just straight up humiliates Kaido and Big Mom and their entire crew, and then is on the trajectory right now to just completely annihilate them. I'm doing years of build and years of suspenseful story, thus completely breaking all immersion I ever had in the story. And to be fair, like I said, I was not gonna follow it, but because, I used to watch a lot of YouTubers talk about One Piece and other anime stuff, so YouTube algorithm feels the need to introduce me to more One Piece stuff. And due to that, I actually accidentally came across a review of One Piece chapter 1024, which kind of got me hooked on it again. So I went and read it, and yeah, it was great. In there, Yamato was absolutely beautiful. Okay, her backstory, it was absolutely great. Her fight with Kaido was absolutely splendid. And the backstories we see of, what is most probably the daimyos of Wano having been imprisoned. The way they bonded with Yamato, the child of their enemy, the way they showed her care, and then the way they decided to give their lives for her because, it was a passing of the torch thing, that they wanted to make sure that the next generation who wished to see their homeland and their people freed, they decided to sacrifice themselves and lay their lives down for them. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. I was actually, I had my cynical heart rekindled again and defrost. And, I was actually kind of hyped for 1025. And then 1025 happened. And my hype is just gone. Because, again, I know how the story will go. It's basically how it's always gone, and it'll basically be how it will always go. introduce a big bad villain, hype them all the way up, build them all the way up, then nerf them like hell, give Luffy ludicrous amounts of power that he rightfully never earned, simply because he's the main protagonist, shoved a ton of plot protection to him, beat down said villains, turn them into jokes. And I really hate that. But it is what it is. And the only reason I'm even making this video right now is because I kind of got a fire lit under me to at least get this rambling, review slash rant again out. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's just make this. So yeah, I'm just disappointed that the story doesn't focus more on everybody else but the Straw Hats, because they usually just come in and break the story, which, I never personally had to examine it until the whole Whole Cake Island arc thing, because I was actually firmly behind Luffy and gang. Yeah, so I was fully behind their story. But ever since the fight with Katakuri, I have had to take, a good look at myself and a good look at the story of One Piece. So I had to go back and I had to re-look through previous arcs. And I have to say though, they actually had a lot less plot protection and a lot less ludicrous plot protection pre-time skip as compared to post-time skip. Which, it kind of makes sense because pre-time skip was just, the first half of the story. So Oda had a lot of time to build and set things up, but post-time skip, everything now is heading towards the end game. And so because it's heading towards the end game, Luffy has had to have more plot protection because he is completely, overwhelmingly not prepared for it. And so Oda has to keep building and building and building and building and building illogical plot protection onto him. Because otherwise he'd be one-shot KO'd and killed already. He wouldn't survive a fight, a tussle with the strongest in the world. That's why he has had to have more plot protection heaped on him. And that's kind of how and why my suspension of disbelief breaks. Because even I, a lover of shonen, mangas, and animes, and the hero's journey, cannot, in all good conscience, continue to support the current storyline because, it's just illogical. It breaks my immersion. It doesn't make it fun anymore. And so, this is where it is. It's led me to this. Making videos complaining about something, that is, let's be honest here, very mundane, but still, whatever. It is what it is. However, now that I've gotten this rant out, I'm actually feeling a lot more happy, I guess. But anyway, this is what it is. So, if anybody's even listening to this point, I have to say thank you very much. And I hope to see you in my other videos. Thank you, and bye-bye.